All right, here we go. Welcome back into the Nick Bob Podcast. We're brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors. Check out the showrooms, Omaha and Lincoln. Go to PellaOmaha.com. Take it from me, someone that has used Pella. I love them. They're fantastic. Bay window, front door. I love it. I love it, Bo. Okay? Don't you laugh at me. We actually have quite the agenda today. A lot to get to. Item numero. Okay, here's what's coming up. The club.
Oh, club. I forgot about the club.
Got the club. I realized we never talked about rules extension last week because it happened at the end of the week and then the game comes and whatever.
Yes.
Dylan Raiola out for the year. That broke right after we recorded our game recap. So we're just like, right when we are done, they're like, wait for the news, wait for it. And here it is. And then we got to talk. I want to talk about TJ Lateef and then we'll preview this UCLA game.
Okay.
We'll start with the club, though. We just got to get that out the way.
Let's get that club going.
I know it's always hard when Nebraska loses, but I think there's some club-worthy individuals. So let's recap what the club was last week because it's always fun to look back on what we were talking about last week. The club last week. You ready?
Yep.
Emmett Johnson, Dylan Raiola, and Isaiah Hunter, Kenneth Williams, Mike Eckler. At the Gourmet Grill, Lindenmeyer, Key, Barney, Zaire Wright, Singleton. We had the Scarlet Dance team at a girls' dinner, and we were going to let them know if we were partying that night.
Pillow fights. They were waiting. They had a great night.
In an Uber, we had Andrew Marshall. We had Deshaun McCullough and Williams Winery at Duncan's Toy Chest for 2 straight weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I did see someone on YouTube go, what is this Duncan's Toy Chest you're speaking of? Home Alone 2, people. Home Alone 2, the Wet Bandits. The limo,
the
limo took Kevin to Duncan's Toy Chest. The Wet Bandits were going to rob a toy store on Christmas Eve. Just terrible.
Kevin had to stop.
Kevin had to stop it. Okay. Donovan Jones and Javin Wright were with Josh Baskin and the owner of the toy store a la Big in the 80s doing market research. And then we made a proposition to the offensive line that if they gave up 0 sacks, we would get them all-you-can-eat wings at the watering hole and unlimited pitchers of beer. Unfortunately,
they were on their way.
They were well on their way.
They were on their way, and one play.
They gave one mega sack.
One sack did. They lost their wings, and they lost their starting quarterback.
How about someone brought this up, and I'm like, oh, that's right. Nebraska's given up 2 sacks in the past 2 games. Both have ended in catastrophic injuries. Teddy Prohaska blows his knee out because he gets bowled over against Northwestern.
Right.
And then Dylan breaks his fibula from the sack against USC. It's just amazing. Like the sacks have gone down, but all of a sudden
one more reason to set on the edge better so you don't hurt yourself or your quarterback.
That's it.
Right?
That is
pretty
it.
Simple.
Okay, club this week. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm removing
the club's open.
The club. I'm okay. I guess.
I'm okay with it.
Let's maybe at the end we'll decide.
I'm okay with it. Here's why I'm okay with it. We lost. We didn't play poorly.
It wasn't embarrassing or anything like that.
Nebraska's crowd was so enthused that like that. It feels like there's enthusiasm around the program. The blackout was awesome.
Right.
So I feel like it's okay to keep it open after a loss because it wasn't a terrible loss in the sense of like we didn't play terrible.
I didn't think. I mean, 29 consecutive losses to ranked opponents is embarrassing, but the 29th loss itself, I don't think was too bad. So well, let's just talk through it. I'm taking Dylan. Dylan, no partying for you. You got to go have surgery and recoup.
I think that's fair. I think this is
who's not involved. Okay,
he's not feeling well. He's hurt. Okay.
Emmett Johnson.
Emmett is number 1 in the club.
Hunter. More of a kind of like, I think he's he's been Nebraska's best wide receiver. I'm letting him in the club. Do you want to say, hold on, Isaiah?
Let's just say hang tight because he's not maybe number 2 in after this week. This is where I'm interested to see where you
Dane
go.
Key.
I think Dane Key has earned his way back in the club with his touchdown catch.
Okay. What do you think of Hunter aside? You know what? That was the number 1 passing offense in the country.
Yeah.
Mekhi Lemon is one of the leading wide receivers in the country. And Zaire Wright just fisticuffed his ass.
Yeah.
I have Zaire Wright and Andrew Marshall both in the club.
I was going to say those two should almost be because Marshall had,
he had a couple pass breakups and
an interception.
Yes.
Right. I feel like he got targeted more, but CR Wright didn't get targeted, which is a good sign. I think those 2 guys, yes, I would be good
with that.
They've been waiting around the club, and we've had a lot of messages saying, like, where's Sierra Wright all year long? I think it's fair with that defensive performance.
Yep.
From the back 4 or 5, those guys are the representatives. Let's put those 2 in.
Okay. Good. I'm glad you see it the way I see it. Those 2 guys played great games.
Yeah.
That's a big time passing offense that they really, really shut down. So then the question Emmett Johnson, Key, Wright, Marshall. I mean, Hunter. Do you have, so here at the Gourmet Grill, I had Lindenmeyer, Singleton, Barney, and Kenneth Williams.
I think that's fair. Kenneth Williams, I saw is leading. I think he might be leading the nation in kickers.
It's unbelievable. And clearly, maybe I'm wrong. I think the guy kicked it out of bounds at the start the second half because he's afraid of teams are afraid of kicking it to Kenneth Williams right now.
It's a great sign, right? That's what happens when you're playing with confidence.
What are we doing with Winery and McCullough? Are they still with Josh Baskin?
I think they're still with Josh Baskin.
What a sentence!
Or no, they're still at
Duncan's Toy Chest.
Yeah, I think that's right. I told you,
how long are we going to keep them at Duncan's Toy Chest?
Well, I'm waiting for them to. Winery had his one play that I am so excited about. Nick, can't tell you how excited I was about that play.
Really like guys that
Nick is
set it at
Nick, he got doubled, and then the third blocker came, he tossed it and made the play.
Right.
It was a exceptional play.
You loved it.
It was so good. His technique was so good. It was like
I just love how much you love it. Does that get him in the club? You want to put him in
somebody looks at it and goes, "Oh, he made a tackle." I'm like, that's like, you go to the Olympics and somebody's like, the degree of difficulty on that dive.
Triple axle.
Like, I feel like there's a handful of people that I've ever been around. It's like, oh, you can make that play.
Well, yeah. It's just like anything in sports. Not all jump shots are created equal or 2 points are created equal in terms of degree of difficulty and all those sorts of things. So so let's keep him there, but I'm waiting for Winery to get into the club, but he's close. He's very close. And Deson's, I like Deson. So Winery and McCullough are staying at Duncan's Toy Chest. Donovan Jones and Javin Wright are staying with Josh Baskin doing market research. I love what we're saying. People to toy stores. What happened? I don't know what has happened here.
It just happened.
So what are we doing with that 4th spot? We have a 5th spot in the club.
To me, it's Hunter or Lindenmeyer pretty much. Yeah,
Lindenmeyer had a nice block at second level, but neither of those guys did a ton.
No, like saying Key's there really because he had the big, really good touch. That grab was
elite, as Matt Rule would say.
And so I feel like we're going to give him a little love. So Hunter or Lindenmeyer. Lindenmeyer does bring the Scarlets. I'm always
all right,
susceptible to that.
That sealed it.
Let's give a little bit of motivation to Hunter. Get back into the club.
Lindenmeyer, and you know what that means when Lindenmeyer's in the club.
Yeah,
the Scarlets are in the club too.
You make the call. Pillow fight's over, girls. Let's go.
The Scarlets are in the club, and so that means at the Gourmet Grill, it's Hunter. So here it is. Emmett Johnson, Lindenmeyer, Key, Wright, Marshall, club.
Yeah.
Gourmet Grill, Hunter, Singleton, Barney, Kenneth Williams. At various toy stores across the United States of America, at various timelines, 90s and 80s, in movies, Winery and McCullough, Donovan Jones, Javin Wright are all out doing various things.
And the O-line's back at home. They couldn't quite get their all-you-can-eat wings and beer.
What do we give them some sort of incentive this week?
The offer's on the table, but
okay. So wings and beer still stands. Keep Lateef alive.
Yeah,
bring Lateef. Your mission.
If Lateef is alive after,
if Lateef comes back in one piece, to Lincoln, Nebraska, wings and beer.
I think that's fair.
You got to win too.
Got to win. If we win and Lateef is upright, wings and beer.
Okay, let me write it down. Lateef's got to stay alive. Okay, that's the mission. Lateef alive and to win.
And to win.
No,
I think that's fair.
Come on, man.
The one sack was a tougher one, but we didn't have the stipulation. You have to win.
That's true.
I think keep Lateef upright.
And win, you're in there.
And win, you get some wings.
Love it. Ridiculous. I can't. Winery and those guys, it's hard to get bored at a toy store, but I hope they're not getting bored.
We just don't want them upset with us.
No, I not with the way he took the double team, and
I'm telling you,
that's like people. I love where you would be like, man, what's your favorite play of the year? Like, man, 2nd and 7 when Nary
it's up there. It's if you want to say like my favorite defensive plays of the year, it probably goes in the order of like Hartzog's interception,
yeah,
Marshall's interception, when Nary's double team. Probably in those three.
The SB. We need to do the local SBs for plays defensive player of the year presented by Bo Ruud. Like,
boy,
this is you'd be so
time.
How excited would you with Nary coming up and you got to dap him up to win SB player of the year?
Split that double.
That was so good. Okay. Next item on the agenda. Let's go to Dylan Raiola because obviously that's enormous news. Broken fibula, surgery, out 8 to 12 weeks. I thought that's what Rule said in the press conference. Obviously, a massive.
I actually didn't know till today that it was surgery. I thought it was just so. I just hate when it's. I mean, I've broken an arm and had to have surgery on it. And like once you add surgery, I've broken the arm 3 times, 2 times no surgery, 1 time surgery. The surgery just adds so much more. I feel like time and like because there's another variable. It's just like it's not just your body. It's like what somebody did to your body.
You and I have, I always kind of think like every time you go under and they cut you open, when you come back, you're different. Little less of yourself, in my opinion. I
agree. My arm has never been the same. It just doesn't heal. It doesn't heal as like, it just, I'm hoping it all goes well.
Right.
But yeah, it's just unfortunate. You got to go into the knife.
It's amazing though, to stop and think for a second. It's amazing how cruel sports can be in a way of in one play. Nebraska goes from up 14-6 on USC in the red zone, potentially going to go up 3 scores and firmly in the college football playoff discussion to boom, Nebraska now might not win another game.
Mm-hmm.
That's how razor thin certain things can do and how one moment can shift everything.
Yeah.
And the thing that gets hard for me, I guess the Dylan conversation with this, the thing that is frustrating is now the rest of the season gets put in this weird place of if Nebraska loses and plays poorly, there is this challenge of how are you even judging it? Like, I could see, let's say Nebraska goes and loses 28-10 on Saturday to UCLA. I could see there people going, well, come on. I mean, season was when Dylan got hurt, season's over. What do you expect? It's a freshman quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what's I hate that judging the season and the trajectory of the program gets hard now in the final month because everyone was kind of looking for these markers, these year 3 markers of definitive progress of where is that arrow trending? Oh, where is it going?
Yeah.
And now we're living in a world where it just gets to be hard. Maybe you disagree.
Well, maybe in a weird way, like no Dylan, maybe it gives us a better understanding where the rest of the team, like where the program is.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Like if we just fall apart for 4 games, like maybe we're no closer than we thought. Because Dylan was carrying us or something, right?
I just want. I'm not saying that comment. I don't know if you are either necessarily, but like, I'm not saying that comment is gospel, but at least it's something. Like, I don't like when games come and go, and we feel like they're exhibition games in your mind of like, well, this game it doesn't really matter. Like, I want games to matter.
Yeah,
but I also can acknowledge how, when you lose your starting quarterback, how things can be a little different. At the same time, like, I don't know. I guess help me out. Help me. Where are you at?
Well, so just listening to Matt Rule, like the start of his press conference, there is like, first of all, he does a very good job of like spinning positive, but like, it does feel like even the way he said some things, it was like, it's about the future now.
Right.
And getting guys, building for the future. And these guys are, he's thankful for the guys that are laying the foundations for the future. He's talking about planting trees for the future, that type of thing. Like when you start doing that, it tells me you've moved on to this season. The importance of this season is less in his mind now.
Interesting. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit, which is maybe that's right. Dylan's not there. We know there's going to be some sort of a drop off. I am actually very interested to see how well this team plays without Dylan. Because I guess I do think this is like this is going to tell me a lot about Matt Rule and about the team. Like, what are they with no Dylan? Like, are they a team that can step up and like show about all these improvements that they've made? Because if they don't, it tells me that we were front running a little bit,
right?
Versus like we have grown and developed. So I'm actually looking at this as like, I feel like maybe I'll learn more now than I did when Dylan was here.
I hope everyone collectively takes that sort of approach of yes, we can learn something about the program, about Matt Rule, about Dana Holgerson, about the other 21 guys that are in the starting 22 of what it can look like. Heck, what does TJ Lateef look like? What do things look like with a different guy under center that's got a little bit of a different skill set? So I hope that's the case. I just
and it's also, it's gonna. There was a lot of people that after Lateef started the year, like they were talking, we should be playing Lateef over Dylan. Like, I hope Lateef is good. I hope Lateef plays really well. I hope Lateef goes out there and wins us a game. Right. And there's a lot of good that could come from that. It will solidify our quarterback room. I promise you, will light a fire under Dylan Raiola. Like, it will light a fire if this guy comes in and starts winning games and playing well. It does nothing but good things in the sense of it pushes everybody in the right direction. So there's more than just like, just finish out the rest of the year. Like, there is a lot still to play for and to grow from. So I'm actually very interested in the whole story.
I hope we can all on the front end agree on the criteria of like, are we all we're saying this matters, right? We're saying like, we're judging this and we're like, it
has to, right?
Yeah. That's how I feel.
Every team has injuries. Like, like Michigan loses their number one running back and you go, okay, well, does the rest of the season, like, of course it matters. Right. And so I feel like, I don't know. There's just too many times where like teams have won Super Bowls or they've won championships with their backups. So like, you can't tell me it doesn't matter. Like, if you lose a quarterback, like, that's always means the season's over. It's like, I think that's for bad teams. I think for good teams, it's like, well, here's what we're going to do now. And you can put together a respectable run. And that's what I want to see is like, I think that's a reflection of coaching. So to me, I'm going to learn a lot about Matt Rule and and the program he's built. Cause this is like a program will carry it.
Right.
A player, a player and a coach, it's by themselves. Like,
these
get one of them down. Like, this is more like, has Matt Rule built the program? Because the program will, because he's lost his player. Yeah. He lost Dylan.
I like that.
If he's got the program, they'll go.
These last three games are a lot about the program. Right. How good of a program has Matt Rule built?
Yeah, because it's even less about TJ Lateef exclusively. It's to me more about the program,
because it also, while there are some components to these last three games that are challenging, it still is two teams that have fired their coaches. Okay, and they're having not very good years in UCLA and Penn State. And then an Iowa team that, they just don't. Iowa's Iowa. Every year it's death taxes in Iowa, just doing what what they're going to do and what it's going to look like. So it's not like it's an impossible, like, oh man, I mean, this is the most impossible end to a schedule you've ever seen in your life. No, I mean,
not at all.
I mean, UCLA just lost 56-6 to Indiana. Okay. Yeah. Like, now Indiana's doing that to everybody, but at the end of the day, you got to be 56-6. Okay. And they fired their coach because they started 0-4 or whatever it was. So I like that. The last couple games are about the program.
Absolutely. And so I was thinking about that today. Like, gosh, like, I was thinking, what does this mean? And I kept going back to that. Like, it's going to tell me about Matt Rule. It's going to tell me about the program. And obviously TJ Lateef's a big
you're going to learn, but
but I think there's more than just TJ Lateef's performance. It's like the program will elevate in this moment if we are where we're hoping to be.
Yep.
They will step up in this moment. The black shirts will step up. Everybody will have to take a little bit bigger role. The sort of Dylan was carrying us with.
I always think back to what year was it? Was it 2000 when Tommy Armstrong as a true freshman had to go start at Michigan?
Yeah.
And guess what? They won.
They did.
They leaned on a stud running back. Amir played great, and the rest of the group kind of elevated.
That's right.
So,
and coaches have to coach better. Like you have to go, these are the ingredients in the soup. You better make the soup work. Normally we got we got some oregano and we got a whole lot of garlic. Well, guess what? No garlic. And you got to make this
chicken
tasty.
Broth, and that's about it.
Yeah, and you got to make it tasty without the garlic. And you've been heavy on your garlic all year. So how good are you, right? So that's where Holgorsen is going to have to put this guy in a position that he's comfortable. He can play fast. He can play confident.
Into his strengths. Yes, agree.
And that's going to be on Holgorsen and Matt Rule for setting that tone.
Can we I want to sidebar this conversation real quick, because with Dylan Raiola out, I do think this gives you a chance to kind of, it's kind of one of those things. It's almost, with Dylan out, it concludes what this offense looked like in year 2 of Dylan Raiola and year 1 of Holgorsen.
Yeah.
It gives you a chance to kind of in real time gauge the progress of this offense this year, now that we've seen them at full strength for a handful of games. And I just feel like, and this is a conversation for a lot of the offseason, this offense was pretty pedestrian against Cincinnati and Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
It's been pretty mediocre all year outside of a few moments.
Yeah.
94th in rushing offense, total offense 41st, or 66th, passing offense 41st. The offense has to get better.
Yeah.
Because the pieces are seemingly there to a certain extent, from the standpoint of, you got this well-respected offensive mind and offensive coordinator in Dana Holgorsen. You have a 5-star quarterback, and you have a running back now that has emerged as a real player.
Yeah.
And so you got to be better than this. And I guess, does it all, and I know we've had these conversations, but does it all come back to the offensive line?
I would say the offensive line is obviously the number one problem. But I also think, the pieces, I like our pieces, but Key and Hunter aren't taking the top off of anybody.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, if you put them against the receivers from the top 25 teams in the country, where do they rank in that hierarchy, right?
Right.
And they definitely aren't in the top 15 teams receiving core. So I'd say that we do need to get more explosive. We need some guys that are scary, some guys that you just say, deep post, we're throwing it, because then the defense has to back off. And, right now, everything with Dylan has to be short and intermediate. And you can feel the pressure defenses have been putting on us. Mm-hmm. They've been just crowding our guys. That's because they're not scared. They're saying throw it over the top.
Right.
We're not scary. So I would say we've been pedestrian mostly because of the O-line. I think our skill guys are good. They're not great. They're not scary. And that's my thing. It's Dane Key and Hunter aren't scary to me at all. Lindmeier's good. I think he's solid.
Yeah.
And Emmett's playing his butt off. He's playing
great.
Right? You can't ask for more than Emmett. But they're scarier guys around the country than anybody in our skill position.
I agree with that. I think it's easy, like we always talk about. It happens in the preseason when people get all excited about the team before they play. But even in the year, it's Barney's good. He's not out of this world great. Same thing with Key and Hunter and those guys. I'm not saying they're not. I mean, they're good. They're good.
Making the club for us.
Yes, they're good players. But you're right. I mean, I just think in general, when you stop and now you okay, Dylan's out. You saw 9 games of Dylan Raiola, the Dana Holgerson. They had a whole off season, and like it's got to get better.
It's got to be better, and we gotta, we got some young talent. We do got a couple of young guys coming up. I think are going to be good, but we're going to have to still get another piece or two that's just explode. We got to find some explosive guys.
I know,
because it changes everything when you just have one or two guys that like truly are going to scare a defense, right? It opens up everything else, but really like we're going to have to pay to get some O linemen in here that can solidify this.
Well, and that's why finishing the season strong is going to, I mean, ultimately money talks, but you don't want to end on a thud in seducing maybe some other people to come and
for sure. I mean, we've got 6 wins under our belt. So like, we're already like
going to go
track.
bowling and all that.
We're going bowling, but we need to win 1 or 2 more for sure to keep some of the heat coming. Like
you lose 4 straight you go 0 for November and lose all your game. I mean, that's not
because we can say it right now. It's not like if we lose 4 straight, me and you are just like, oh, I know exactly. I feel the exact same way I felt, right after that UFC loss. Like I promise you, me and you'd be like,
you're going to feel
things
worse.
are looking worse right now. We're going to feel like it's worse. Even though we understand this is like a tough moment for us without our best player and our leader and our 5-star quarterback, right? We get that, but it's going to feel bad anyway. So we know that's why you got to win 1 or 2 of these last.
I agree. I just thought with with Dylan officially out, I just feel like if you stop for a second and take a step back and think about what this offense looked like, I think a lot of people had high hopes like, oh, baby, is this? I think people felt like this offense was going to have to lead the charge this year.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's okay. And it's got to be better than okay.
Yeah. I think that's right.
Lateef, we talked about him a little bit. I mean, it's obviously huge to get him reps with the ones for the whole week. It's huge that he get him a package of plays that he's comfortable with. There is the element of surprise now. You think UCLA had a bye week to really zero in on Nebraska. A lot of what they just probably prepared for goes out the window because it's
their blitz package will change.
Yeah, everything's kind of different now with Lateef out there. What do we expect? Like, what do you expect to see from him in the offense?
It will be more conservative, right? Like they're gonna make sure that he's in a place where they don't put too much pressure on him, right? So like you will see more quarterback runs. You'll see more, RPO stuff where like, or getting him out in the edge. Like I always think when you get your guys out in the edge where you can throw it or run it,
right?
Like I feel like Minnesota does that like all year long, kind of
right.
like.
Well, so does Iowa too a little bit.
Like it's just a lot. It just, I feel like it cuts down the amount of potential mistakes as like a pure, like you lessen your options because the field goes from here to shrink it right. 1, 2 on the edge. Like
right. It's basically 2 reads or run or throw.
Yeah. It's usually a high, a low and get out of bounds. Right. Yeah. Versus like when you see the whole field, it's like, you got 5 options. You got the whole field.
Yeah.
You limit yourself, but you also limit turnovers. And I think that's the trade-off, right? So I expect more of that. I expect more creative play calling because with Dylan, you don't get as quote unquote creative, but you give him more options to get you into like what you want to get into. Yeah. So we'll see, but I expect a creative game that sort of gets him on the edges, gets him moving. But they're going to have to do some of that just because.
Yeah,
he'll have a week. He'll get
a full week.
He'll get to know I'm going to be the starter. It's very different, right? Like picture yourself being like thrown in there and you're going, oh my God, like versus and you're cold, you're not warm versus like, oh, I got a week to prepare for it.
Whole week.
I'm going over my calls. I'm getting the reps. That's a big difference. And so I expect to see a better TJ Lateef this week than last week.
And again, I think there's got to be a good, healthy dose of design runs. Now, the one thing he's going to have to do a better job of, and Blackledge brought up the point, and it's true, the first time he ran, the ball got poked out and he fumbled. I'm really worried because you do have to run him, but I'm very worried about him fumbling.
Well, I think, and first of all, Blackledge, couple great comments. Let's give Blackledge.
I love Todd Blackledge.
Yeah. I feel like we've seen more bad color commentators than good in the last 5 to 10 years. Like truly, like, people, I'm like, how'd you get this job? Who gave that to you? Right. So, don't want to name names, but Blackledge, like, I'm like, underrated, kind of good. But yeah, I think one of the points I think he made was, and I was thinking about it, since TJ Lateef has been on campus, has he been hit and tackled?
I mean, I bet you can count on two hands.
Like in the games he's played, he got tackled a couple times. In practice, he maybe never gets touched.
That's what I don't know. I wonder in scrimmages in the fall or whatever, are those guys, do they got the green jerseys on? Are they touch?
You never touch the quarterback.
So that's a real thing to consider here.
Yeah, you just, especially when you're going to run it a lot, like, yeah, you don't get to have those reps of getting hit and getting tackled to the ground. I just really think there's an art to going into contact, how you fall, how you hold the ball. Like these guys that don't actually get it a lot, they get in a game and then it just becomes like, and first of all, people are like sharks. They smell blood.
Oh yeah. For sure. And so I think that's something that's just a really, it's not a small thing, but it's a specific thing. I'm very worried about Lateef first quarterback draw, run or whatever, like fumble.
I don't like guys that don't switch the ball. Like when you're running the side, when some guy's coming at you and you're holding the ball to him and you don't, like, I'm just like, what? That's like 5th grade. You should be able to do that.
Right.
By 5th grade, I want you switching arms.
Switch arms. Because the guy clearly saw it. Because he punched it dead on the nose.
It's a little bit beyond me. You know.
So yeah, I think that's true. When you look at this game, 8 o'clock Central Time kick, 6 o'clock LA time, Rose Bowl. UCLA is favored by 2.5 right now. The total is 43.5. Vegas seeing a low-scoring grinder of a game. UCLA's season has been interesting. They're 3-5. They have 4 games less. They were a mess to start. 0-4 in their first 4 games. They lost to New Mexico, UNLV, Northwestern, and Utah. They fire their head coach, Deshaun Foster, and then they subsequently get hot. They win 3 in a row. They beat Penn State. They beat Michigan State in East Lansing, hammered them, and then beat Maryland. They then, in their last game, got smashed by Indiana 56-6 at Indiana. Yeah. So then they had the bye week, and now they got 4 games left. So there still is a world where they could maybe get to a bowl game.
Yeah, they got some hope. I mean, that's the downside for us. They get 2 weeks off, and they got hope to get into a bowl.
Yes. So they
do have Ohio State after us.
Yeah, they better
SC and Washington. I mean,
it's a hard final 4 games. That's a hard
bowl. That's a hard.
If they go 3-1 in those 4 games, that's an impressive 3-1.
Yeah.
Obviously their quarterback, Nico, talented man.
Super.
You watch him play. 81 carries, leads the team. 388 rushing yards, leads the team. 4 rushing touchdowns, leads the team. He's also thrown for 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. This is a guy that started at Tennessee a year ago. He's gone through the wars in the SEC. He's a talented dude. It depends on kind of like if they get him going. He's one of those guys like he can get hot. You know,
he's like a streaky scorer.
Yes.
In basketball. I have a feeling we're going to see this. They're going to try to run this guy. They're going to see what Cincy, what USC, like what's kind of where we're susceptible.
Right.
I feel like that's just not one of our strengths right now, and I think they're going to give us a dose of this guy, and so we better be ready to handle it.
But in general, in their 3-game winning streak, they ran the ball 53 times against Penn State, 43 times against Michigan State, and 35 times against Maryland.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to stop the run, and you're going to have to stop Nico running the ball. Nico coming to town. So, I mean, I think that's in large part what a big part of this game is stopping the run, which is concerning because Nebraska's had a really hard time almost every game of stopping the run.
Yeah.
Especially the quarterback. But, a lot of this is Lateef and is this offense just a shell of itself? Like, is it going to be one of those days where it's going to be hard for them to get to 17 points? Is it going to be one of those days where they're on 3rd and long, they got no prayer of throwing the ball, or that, you know what I mean? When you're watching one of those
we don't
offenses,
have the confidence to even try. Like I remember with maybe it was like when Heine was our quarterback, it was like, or you just be like, we're not throwing it.
Right.
Everybody in the stadium knows we're not throwing.
Or even, and this is different because you had like the best player in the past 15, 20 years in college football and Sue.
Yeah.
But in 2009, it got to where, I mean, Zach Lee and that whole group, it was like they aren't even really going to like attempt to do anything offensively, you know?
Just don't make a mistake.
Just don't make a mistake. And so that's what do they come, it'll be interesting to see how safe and conservative the whole operation is with Lateef. I think everyone expects a little bit more caution.
Yeah, I think they say Lateef is like, I think he's smart enough to jump in there and try to do like more than just basic things. Like I think he can process the game, but it's just a matter of like, you know, can he handle the moment almost? So
right.
I am curious to see like how much leash they give him just to like throw it down the field a little bit.
And it's can go one of two ways with these types of things. It is kind of, it's either fortunate or unfortunate that, I mean, he's an LA kid and he's coming home. Home is always a little, I feel like you either really lock in and you play well, or you're just a little distracted. And so be interesting to see where he falls in that regard. But like I said, to me, turnovers have not really been a huge issue this year.
Mm-hmm.
My number one concern for this game is Nebraska, and in particular, TJ Lateef turning the ball over. I don't know where. I mean, Nebraska feels beat up right now. And with a freshman quarterback starting, decimated tackles, and a dual threat talented dude on the other side, I lean UCLA winning this game.
I think it's just going to depend on how we stop this quarterback is really the game. Like, I think you can probably count on us to do about 14 to 17 points. But like this quarterback has the ability, like, I just don't know what we're going to do against this guy. Cause if he gets hot, I just don't see us putting up a ton of points.
No. And I think this is a game you also got to you got to lean. And we said this with Dylan. I mean, obviously in this situation, Emmett Johnson's got to get at least upper 20s carries.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to really lead the charge and make things easy for Lateef. But yeah, if you could slowing down the quarterback's run game for UCLA, Nico's rushing attack, and then in some ways it's like turnovers. If you could show me those, like right now, if you could, Biff and Marty McFly from the future said, I have the box score from the game. You can see two things. You show me Nico's rushing yards, and you show me just turnovers.
Yeah, I think that's right. Because we talked a lot about Butler's defense. Like, I think this is the game where like we're bringing that extra guy in the box all day long. Like, like make Nico truly beat us. Like, and this puts more pressure on our DBs. And I feel like this is the moment where like let those guys earn their stripes the old fashioned way, which is like we're gonna leave you guys kind of on an island because we've got like we can't get beat by the QB run game.
Nope.
And so I feel like that this is the moment where we gotta be like, all right, let's put a little bit more pressure on this secondary that we're kind of praising all the time, and give as much support to stop the run.
Tell you what, man. I know I brought up how like, oh, what, are people going to kind of turn the page on the season? It is going to be very interesting to see what this game looks like.
This offense, like, what is this?
What is it? Is it look completely different? I mean,
they're different. I mean, Dylan's a unique
totally
creature.
Different players.
Yeah, this guy is just he's a little bit different creature than Dylan, and so it's like, I don't know. I'm excited to see how much they run him and how much they let him throw it down the field.
And the other thing, but was like, it's not like he throws a pretty ball. It's not like he's one of those guys that
he can throw.
He can throw. It's not one of those things where when you're watching a quarterback throw and you're like, oh my God, that the mechanics look bad, their accuracy, they throw a duck. Like, no, he spins it. Like the one he threw a great deep ball to Hunter in the USC game and the DB just broke it up. It was like, that was a beautiful throw.
Yeah, he can throw it. It's just, can he put it all together? Like who to throw it to and when and on time and handling the ball. Like the ball handling's a real issue. Like, can you handle on all these handoffs? Like,
and the plays getting in quickly and crisply and all, are you breaking the huddle?
There's a lot to quarterbacking. So like you got to put it all together, and it's a lot when you're 18 years old.
Man. So we'll see. I lean UCLA, but that UCLA's defense is not great. And so it feels, I mean, there's a reason it's 2.5. It feels like it's going to be a one possession game going into the fourth quarter, and we'll see what this thing looks like.
I think it will be a lower scoring game.
Guess. Oh yeah. So I would agree. Okay.
Club's open. Do you want to go?
Should we go start to get things organized for everybody that is going to be joining the club here? Let's
I heard the Scarlet's going to be there.
The Scarlet, let's go.
A Hurrdat Sports Network production.